One foot in chaos, the other in class.
You know, we gonna be rocking out, the official way, you know what I'm saying? The LLC way. You feel me? But we're gonna get into it. VNV Media is the goal, to have this media umbrella to be able to dip and dive into a little bit of everything that comes with media, whether that's digital design, you know what I'm saying, music, doing a little DJing on the side, you feel me? Doing a podcast thing, man, taking pictures, just a little bit of everything that media has to offer. And a lot of my I don't want to say side hustles, but a few of the things I'm interested in and the things that have helped me um, just explore different talents that I have and being able to monetize from those have been, pretty fun. So, to be able to put that under a one media umbrella and branch out into a lot of different things is exciting. And, hopefully, we wrote it down. We're speaking it to existence. And, hopefully, we can follow through, keep pushing towards the mark, bringing you the goal, bringing you my story for God's glory. You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully y'all become my accountability partners. Y'all come on us roll with me and you know what I'm saying and watch, as we follow God as we do this new thing and we're doing it by faith because I've never started a business on my own and never ran a media company. So, we following God. We just gonna do as I'm supposed to do. Make sure I get on here, make sure I tell y'all my story, make sure y'all know what I got going on and where I'm at along this Bible journey, on this journey of life, just to see how you can still be yourself and still be, hungry for God, hungry for just a better life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect, not not a pastor or anything like that, but I'm just on this journey to make sure I'm doing my part to, give God his glory while being myself, so welcome to VNV, Venom and Varsity. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, Venom is, the raw, authentic side, and Varsity is the elevated, the goal, the side you want to present, the side you aim to be, further along in life. So, it's also, I guess you could say like a dual personality if you have it. So, you got the good side and the bad side, the good side and not so good side. The real and the person you present, to others. So, we on this journey and here we are. So, boom, let's get into it. This episode is called Grace. I've been sitting on it for a long time. Shame on me, but it's been so long that I think I've been planning and planning and planning and planning and just doing and not doing. I forgot exactly where I was going to go. So we're going off the dome with it. So, this is the real, and we're talking in real time. You know what I mean? So I'm giving you I'm giving you my thoughts on what's going on and my thoughts on where I'm at in my Bible journey. So let's catch up. Let's catch up. So I figured out, so like I said, in June was my last episode and a lot's been going on. A lot's been going on. I had my son with me in June and July. He went back home because school started at the end of July. He wanted to get some motion going for the summer and be with his family, his friends, and who could blame him? Otherwise, I've just been working. Shout out to my family. We had a big July. Had my siblings fly out to South Carolina. We put up on for the 4th of July. Had a big family barbecue. Cooked out with my brother-in-law on the grill. Got it popping. Did did the thing. Fed the folks, and had a great time. Had a great time. All the siblings linked up, and we ended up having a like big water gun fight. So it was a time, bro. It was a time. It took you back to back in your young days when you was out here just running around doing stuff with your brothers and sisters, and it was a ball, man. I barely got through my plate, and people started shooting and throwing water guns. You know what I'm saying? So it was on. It was on, and everybody had a blast. Everybody had a blast. My granddad was out there. He was just enjoying himself. So it's been a blast. We had that going. I'm gonna get into a little story time a little bit later. A little story time a little later, but yeah, we had family stuff going on. Like I said, my siblings pulled up. They don't stay. They don't live in South Carolina, so them pulling up is always a great occasion, and it's always a great time when they pull up for sure. I'm gonna make sure I drop some vlogs when they pull up. I gotta show y'all like I can't show y'all too much, but I can show y'all, man, it's really a vibe. We really love each other. We really rock with each other, and it's really special when we do link up. Um, as you can see, we got a new little space going on. We got a new little, what I'm saying, a new little setup area going on over here. But no, I just transitioned my desk to another part of the house, and I rock with this space. And it's kind of dope. It's kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie. Got new little gaming system going over here. Got my record over here. Got that Spider Man Across the Spider Verse going on, dual disc, dual vinyl. Got my boys over here then added to the collection. You know what I'm saying? Let's just introduce y'all to the game real quick. We got the White Ranger, OG, triple OG. If you know, you know. We got Satoru Gojo, OG, triple OG. If you know, you know. And then it ain't real if you know what I'm saying. You gotta, you know what I'm saying. You gotta represent, man. You gotta represent. If you haven't seen the other ones over here, flip back to a couple of episodes to see who are the other guys. We just added a couple other goats over here, so we can rock out like we need to. Uh, yeah. So yeah, got them over the weekend. Had a blast. Went to the beach, unplugged for only 24 hours, and did everything we could have ever did at the beach. So like blast, shout out, big times, big fun, big vibes, forever vibes, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. But yeah, where was I? Oh, new setup. So you know what I'm saying? We got a new groove going. So with this new groove going, hopefully it gets me in a groove to keep going. You know what I mean? So hopefully, man, I like it over here. Pretty, pretty studious. Pretty studious, but nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Um, so uh work. Where have I been? I've been at work. It's been a trying summer to say the least. And uh we got through it. We got through it. Like I said, it's August. Work be working. And at the same time, I still gotta try to figure out how to balance that with this. But you know what I'm saying? We on this journey together. We gonna figure it out together. But yeah, um, we in the new vibes. Hope, like I said, we in a groove. Hopefully, this groove can keep me grooving. Um, and let's get into story time real quick. Before we do that, though, I gotta show y'all something. Like I said, we've been away, we've been working, but we hadn't been working. I got a shout out to a couple of people who've been helping me work while I haven't been working. But they've been blessing me. They held me down. I've supported them and they support me. And that's all love. So first shout out. We're gonna shout this one out this episode, and then we're gonna shout out next episode. So you know what I'm saying? Shout out to at Harry underscore Austin underscore senior on Instagram. Harry Austin Senior. He's my pro fight. You know what I'm saying? Hook me up on the bond type stuff. You know what I'm saying? I hit him up. I told him I needed some merch. We chopped it up. He gave me, a good deal considering. And he came through, man. He made the dream a reality. You know what I'm saying? He put my thought off of paper onto something tangible. And I just gotta show y'all. So merch alert. We got a merch alert. We got new Venom and Varsity podcast drip. You feel me? We got that. You heard me? Yes, man. We got some. Yeah, yeah. I had to pop up on here like that real quick, man. I had to let y'all know something, let y'all see something real quick. So again, shout out to Harry Austin Sr., bruh. You came through in the clutch, bruh. You took my idea straight off of paper and literally put it on wax for me, my boy. Look at that. Look at that. Ah! Yeah. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. Listen. Shout out to my big bro Polo though, bro. P. O. L. O. You feel me? Players only live once. Shout out to you, big brother. Love you. Appreciate you always looking out. And hopefully, you're gonna let me pull you on here for an interview so you can talk to the people, get your stuff out there. I'm gonna keep promoting. You know what I'm saying? So you got me right. So hopefully I can get you on so you can put yourself out there and who knows what happens, man. But appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. I really do. I got some more merch. I got some more people to shout out. But I'm gonna wait for the next episode. I'm waiting for the next episode. Y'all gotta tap in. I already got it. Like I already got it. Let me just give y'all this. Oh, I already got it. Like, don't worry. Pull up to the next episode. I'm gonna show you. Like I'm gonna show you. Like I said, we were working, but we ain't been working. So now we back to working. So yeah, back to it, man. So story time. Quick story time before we get into the episode, because like I said, this is straight off the dome. This is me. This is not rehearsed. This is not coordinated. This is me. So boom, story time. Matter of fact, be on the lookout for behind the scenes, little behind the scenes little drop, if you will. Me getting ready, getting set up for this episode, which is what led to the eventual story time. But yeah, so boom, this June, my pro fight, shout out to my big brother Jameson. His best friend was having a birthday party, and she invited me to the birthday party, and I was like, shoot, I can do a little DJ. If you ain't got a DJ, I can do a little 1-2 for you. It was like, for sure. And I was like, oh yeah, bet. I don't recall if I told this story on the last episode. I don't know if I went into this in any details, but we finna get into it. But yeah, so boom. Party about 2 hours, 2.5 hours away in Charleston. Shout out to Charleston. Shout out to Mercedes. Let me come DJ party. So I'm driving, pack all my stuff, stands, speaker, turntable, laptop, camera. We got it all. We getting content. We gonna do this thing. We got first first person. You know what I'm saying? First gig. You know what I'm saying? First person who don't really know me like that. I'm finna get in there and do this thing. I gotta drop down because I'm kind of tall. I gotta make sure I remain in the camera frame. But yeah, about to pull up. I'm about to rock out. Get in the whip, drive, pushing that thing. I'm pushing that thing. But yeah, going to Charleston, pull up, you know what I'm saying? We the noob, so we pull up when we pull up. It wasn't too late, but you know what I'm saying. We gotta make an entrance or whatever. Mm. Pull up, say hey to, speak. You still need me to do that? Yeah. Okay. Bad, 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 bad. Go get my equipment out of the car. I start setting up. Where can I set up at? Uh, Find me a little corner. Boom. I'm out the way, but boom. I'm still in the mix. I ain't away from the party. They can still hear it. Boom. Let's get it. Setting up laptop, setting up my stuff. Bring the bottle, give me a little shot. Set up the speaker. Time to set up the doggone mixer board. Where's the power cable? Where's the power cable? Huh? Where is the power cable? Where is it? It's not with me. Not with me 2 hours and a half away from home. The power cable that comes with the mixing board that's supposed to go directly into your laptop so that the software can recognize your mixing board so you can actually mix the music, mix one song from the other, have a little sound effect with your mix so you're not just playing a playlist off your phone. Where's your power cable? It's at home. It's at home. Matter of fact, the power cable that came with it and the power cable you grab for a backup. Because this ain't our first rodeo. Shout out to my best girl T. She let me DJ her birthday party back in April. Pulled up. You need a little DJ action? Yep, I got you. Got my setup, got my stands, got my speaker, got my mixer, got my laptop charger. Where's the power cable? Where's the power cable? Mm-hmm. It's at home. It's at home. It's at home. So luckily, she only stays about 10, 15 minutes away. It's me and my boy. We skirt off to the crib, go get the power cable, come right on back. This time, we 2 hours away from home. Luckily, I got me a new phone. Mm-hmm. And my new phone got a USB-C cable. And that's the type of cable my mixing board need to be able to transfer the music from the mixing board to the laptop and vice versa. So, Lord, let me grab my phone charger. Thank God I got my phone charger. Lord, I hope it'll be able to transfer this music from this laptop to this board. Go get my car charger because I have a car for the house, a charger for the house, a charger for the crib, and a charger to go. Got my car charger. Take it inside, plug it into my laptop. Ooh. Plug it to the mixing board. Ooh. Ah, we got power. Ooh. 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 Car charger saved the day. Car charger saved the day. Save the day. Let's get this music jumping, man. Over here sweating. Sweating. I done drove 2 hours Said I was gonna DJ, and I ain't got the power cord. Car charger, let's go. Turn me up. And the car charger turned me up. Did what it was supposed to do. Because I was over here saying, nope. Go watch the behind the scenes video. You'll see the whole thing. You'll see the whole thing. I ain't even finna get into it. But yeah, that's story time, man. Second gig, second time, leaving the power cable at home. AJ, you still DJ? If somebody needs something, let them know I got them. If somebody needs something, let them know I got them. Other than that, I'm just doing this for fun, man. How you go 2 hours away without the power? That's me. That's me. They messing up since 89. That me. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna mess it up. But one thing about me, we gonna make a way. We gonna make a way. But yeah, that's story time. Trying to be a DJ, leaving all the stuff at home. So, Grace, man, this episode comes from, of course, on my way home from work, I listened to the Bible, and I'm currently on a Bible plan in the Bible app that allows you to digest the Bible chronologically, in order. So it starts from the beginning and goes all the way through. I'm currently in the Old Testament, and right now I'm in between the Book of Samuel and First Chronicles. So um, that gives me reason to believe that both of these books are in the same timeline order as the stories are being told and as the laws are being written and things of that nature. So yeah, currently in Second Samuel and First Chronicles, but since the last episode, I've been through so many books. Um, just go through some fun facts I've learned along the way. Uh, the Book of Ruth is like 2 pages, literally. I thought that was very interesting. Me and my sister are kind of doing the same Bible plan. She's a couple of days ahead of me, and she told me like, "Yeah, just when you get to Ruth, just read it." And I was like, I just got out of whatever book I was in at the time, and I was just so tired. It might have been Numbers or Deuteronomy, one of those two that was just like real heavy in the book of instruction. And Ruth is kind of where it takes the turn from the book of instruction and the book of laws to actually um getting into, I guess, some of the stories of the Bible that you heard or some of the stories you're familiar with, or just where the Bible picks up in the kingdom of Israel, because most of the book of instruction is what happens when you get to the promised land, setting up life before you get to where God has promised you to get to. So you'll be able to keep those things going when you get to where He's trying to get you to. But this episode comes from all those books I've read where went from the book of instruction, the laws, what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to be ceremonial clean, just the laws of the tabernacle and the Ark of the Covenant, to how people are actually living when they get to the promised land, when Israel's all divided up into the tribes and the families of the families of the families, and just how along the way he was so forgiving of how crazy these people were acting, because he just like bought them out of slavery, brought them through the wilderness, like tried to teach them and guide them on the right path. And they were going wild then in the wilderness, building idols and going crazy. You be, well, to my surprise, as gullible as I am, when they get to the kingdom of Israel, they still going crazy. So like for a time, they recognize like God is God and he's the one that got us there. And they get to a point where like God just stops talking to the kingdom of Israel as a whole. And he just starts dealing with individuals and just speaking to like his anointed prophets and delivering messages through them. And I thought that was a crazy transition because like all through like the first couple books, it's just like God talking and God talking and God talking and instruction and instruction and instruction. So it almost gives you a cause to pause, like, man, it's just so much. There's just so much. And lo and behold, that could be how the people of Israel felt. And he was like, oh, okay. Me saving you and me bringing you through the wilderness and making sure you never went without is too much. I'm not talking to you. So time and time and time and time and time again, God appoints at a certain point after Moses, after Moses, and this is a crazy side point. Me and my sister were talking about Moses, God's hand pointed chosen person to bring his people out of captivity to the promised land. Couldn't even make it to the promised land. The one he chose, the one he spoke to bring forth the kingdom of Israel, to establish and give the laws and the instruction of the kingdom of Israel. Banned, banned, could not even get in there, could not even see the promise, could see it. He saw it, but he was never able to enter. And that just gives a cause to pause. Like, no matter what you do, you'll never be perfect or worthy enough to like win God's love. Like, these people were the most obedient because he was walking with them, talking with to them, talking through them, and one step left, one step right. Like you're not disobedient. You disobedient, and that disobedience is disobedience, no matter how big it is. I told you to do it this way. You did it this way, but then you added a little bit of yourself in there. So therefore, you didn't do it how I told you to do it. So therefore, you ain't gonna get what I told you was gonna get. And that in itself has been something that's been I've been working through because like I just don't want to make sure I'm putting too much of myself into what God is leading me to do. You know what I mean? So I just want to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do on assignment and not, just trying to be too big or, want too much and just make sure I'm staying aligned with, where God has me plan to go and, just stay on the right path. So that is how I feel like I related to Moses. And like, dang, like Moses, you was there, you was lead the people there, and then you just didn't do what God said a little bit, and then like you're not gonna make it. And he didn't make it. So then the people do get into the promised land and they go crazy. Like, I mean, they're constantly battling wars. So after Moses, like God appoints judges. So like a certain person to be like a judge or a leader or a savior. Like Samson, like he was a hero. Samson, that doggone Samson, bro. Oh, Samson is something, y'all. This Bible journey is something. It's not like even as overbearing and scary and like thou shalt as you would think. So like I highly encourage wherever you are in your journey to just try to begin to read it and just just try to get through it. It is something, and it's not bad. It really helps you put things into perspective, and it helped me put things into perspective very early, as I'm reading, because it's just like these people have been messing up since the beginning. Since the beginning, that he was literally walking with them, and they messing up. And he turn around, he be mad. He be big mad too. And then he'll just be like, somebody intercede on behalf of the people, Moses, Aaron, whoever the prophets are at the time. You know, the guy just, they crazy, but spare them. You said you was gonna get us to the promised land, and he'd be like, you know what? I did say that, and I'm gonna keep the promise I didn't even make to you. I promised somebody else I was gonna get you there, so I'm gonna make sure I get you there. But y'all make me mad, and you know what? I rock with that, Big G. Thank you for everlasting grace, everlasting mercy, because you clearly been fed up with us from the jump. You clearly been fed up with us. We've been not listening. We've been not doing what we're supposed to do. But grace is everlasting, and you continuously and always, you know, for some reason, just always give us another chance. For some reason, that's love. Now that's love. That's a word. I mean, hey, look, that's unconditional. You can't understand it. You can't understand it. Been messing up since been messing up, and he's still rocking with you with your crazy tail self. That's love. That's the kind of love I need to be next to. That's the kind of love I need to feel every day. That's the kind of love I need to expose myself to every day. So that's why I'm reading this Bible. Hey, look, I mean, I ain't like I said, I ain't perfect. Bible Street was like 40, lost it. It's back to like 7 now. We ain't perfect. I ain't trying to be perfect. I'm never going to be perfect. Never. And I realized that through reading the Bible. And I realized that being perfect is not what's going to make me or help me get into heaven. The only thing that's going to help me or get me into heaven is believing that Jesus is the way. And I believe Jesus is the way. So I know that there's nothing I can do, good, right, wrong, bad, indifferent, that's going to get me into heaven. But I do know that if I believe that he sent someone to die for my sins, that I will get into heaven, that I will have everlasting life. And that's what I believe. Not perfect. That don't mean I'm just out here living life, just doing whatever. That is far from what I do now. I'm put up. Put up. Got me a game. Mm-hmm. Put up. Got me a little ball. Put up. I'm put up. So yeah. Um, that's the journey, man. And like I said, if I could just encourage, inspire somebody to just, take that step, just pick it up every now and then pick it up every day, do your little thing and then and just find out for yourself the beauty of God's love because it is something, man. Those people, I, I hate to be judging, but I just be reading and the Israelites were crazy. They were crazy. Y'all crazy. You walking with God and y'all just wild. He just said don't do it and you turn around and did it. You didn't even mean to do it and you died. Y'all crazy. Didn't you see he did that on accident and he died and you gonna go do something? Y'all crazy. Y'all are crazy. Crazy. But yeah, man, like it is a journey, and the ultimate thing is, like I said, God keeps forgiving. They were, like I said, cut up in the wilderness, and they still got to Israel. Still, still worshiping false idols. And he just said, don't do that. Just wrote the commandments on fresh. The ink didn't dry yet. And they go away for a couple minutes, come back down, and they down there worshiping idols. Didn't I just broke the original? Commandment tablets, had to write some more. Crazy. And still grace. Still not because of you, because what I and they probably ain't even grace you deserve. I know it ain't no grace I deserve, but it's probably some grace he done promised my grandma way back when she was crying and praying, putting holy oil on my forehead. I know I got grace. I know I got grace from God, and all that needs to segue into like if you can read the Bible and see, hear, listen, read these stories about how these people were going nuts as they were walking with God and still forgive them, still walk with them, still talk with them, still guide them, even if it was from afar, even if it was through one person, he was still there, still giving grace, fulfilling the promises that he promised forefathers eons ago. And like, you know what? I said I was gonna do it to him. So by my promise to him, I'm gonna see it through for you. And if not you, your babies. And if not them, your babies' babies. So just understand, like, if God can have that kind of grace and that kind of love for his people, have that kind of grace and that kind of love for yourself. Understand you deserve grace. Not nobody's perfect, and there's no expectation to be perfect. So allow yourself to be human, to be vulnerable, to make mistakes, and to understand like this is not the end all be all. And if my father, if he can understand and forgive me for the stuff I know I ain't supposed to be doing, I should be able to look at myself and forgive myself for the same things, wherever that is, whether that's a mistake, whether that's if you're chasing perfection, if that's whatever that looks like for you, you do not have to hold yourself to that type of caliber or to make yourself feel as if you do not deserve grace, because we all do. And that's even if you feel in some type of way to somebody, they deserve grace too. Just saying. If God can do it, who are you not to? So like that's what I'm trying to say. Like, give yourself grace, give grace to others, because there's somebody bigger than you with a bigger plan who's giving you grace every day. And that's real. That's real. And that's how I feel about it, man. There's a lot going on. That's all I got on grace today. Like I said, this is straight off the dome. I didn't write nothing down. I don't have nothing prepared. I don't know if this gonna be the format moving forward. We're gonna see how the num we gonna see. We gonna see what happens, man. We gonna see. We gonna see how it edits. We gonna see how it flows. But I had a great time. Hopefully, like all the content from the video and the audio, you can hear it. So we'll be able to share the first part of this episode. But if all you heard was the grace part, maybe that's all that was meant for you to hear. So we'll see what happens, bro. Not sure. Things to look out for. I think I'm gonna, well, in order to be more consistent, I think I'm gonna kind of break some episodes up. Maybe have a Venom episode where it's just raw content, maybe similar to this, and then have a Varsity episode where there's uh some structure to it. Maybe we talk about some things that's going on in the world, pop culture, music, sports, social media. Dabble into a couple different things. Maybe those episodes, those varsity episodes, will be episodes where we actually get to interview some people, have some people on, and those will be the motivational episodes where we are making sure we're hitting some motivational points, some pain points, some having some critical conversations, or maybe even some faith-filled episodes like this. So, don't know. We're gonna see where it goes, man. I think I have felt great. I felt great recording this episode. I don't feel no pressure. I felt a lot of pressure getting up to this episode, and I'm not sure why. Maybe because I did have a script somewhere and I lost it. And like I said, this is straight off the dome, and it feels good. It feels good, honestly. Hopefully, it comes out really well, and we're gonna see where it goes. I do have some plan for some content coming up to maybe build my channel up. Just some vlogs, maybe some projects that I'll be working on, and I got a business format I can't wait to implement, and hopefully, like I said, become a little bit consistent this last quarter of the year, knock out some goals, knock out some things off the checklist, and maybe that'll, have us set and sturdy and steered in the right direction for next year. To be able to take this wherever God has it planned to go. So, you know, we back into it. We back in it. We needed the August episode, and this is the August episode. We gonna be back next week, hopefully. We're feeling good. We're feeling refreshed. We're feeling rejuvenated. We back where we need to be. This is V&V the podcast, Venom and Varsity the podcast, here to educate, motivate, inspire, and maybe, encourage somebody to, take that leap of faith and, believe that Jesus is the way. But listen, this is my story for God's glory. This is Venom and Varsity the podcast. Appreciate you for tuning in. Appreciate you for tapping in. Make sure you go follow the Instagram, Venom and Varsity. Make sure you follow us on TikTok. We're going to be dropping some things on there. Just build the platform, build the community, man. I am AJ Three Ways. Check me out on Instagram as well at AJ Three Ways and TikTok at AJ Three Ways. I will catch you on the next episode of Venom and Varsity. This is the podcast. All right.
Venom in my blood, varsity.